Welcome to the third part of my From Glory to Go tutorial. Today I'm going to go through what to think about when further expanding and building up your army. I do have a pretty good clearing army already, so I don't need to build more. For now, I can focus on other things. I have currently 5 academies on my ship. I want 8 of them. So that's one thing I want to do. I also want to improve my income, but there is nothing to improve without expanding first. If you're about to flood effort, queuing up research option is a good way to get rid of that problem. I don't need more soldiers right now, and they will be better if they are produced after I got all my 8 academies. But it is better to get more soldiers rather than to let my ore flood.
We're under attack.
On my way. Attack! Follow me.
Building those soldiers was actually a mistake. I should have waited until I had my 8 academies, or I'm about to flood the ore.
Follow me.
We're under attack.
I am rather lucky with the amount of ore I get on the map, especially considering I'm running with an Electro Cyborg plus Lancer setup.
Confirm. Affirmative. Confirm. Attack! Confirm. Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Copy, copy. On my way.
We're under attack.
Go, go, go!
I do have my 8 academies now. All barrack units will now exit the barrack fully leveled up.
On my way. Orders received.
4 cannon turrets and enough walls will repel the third wave, but the third wave is where I think you want to start helping with your clearing army.
Orders received.
Here is something to think of when defending against a wave. If you defend with your army, after the wave is finished, you can just move the army to somewhere else where they are more useful. Meanwhile, unless you're playing as the hacker, your turrets cannot be moved, and after the wave they just sit there over defending a choke point. Unless you're lucky and another wave also hits the same spot. However, if you defend with turrets instead of your army is free to keep conquering more territory for your base while the wave is being defended against. For this wave, I went with a middle ground.
On my way. Let's go. You got it. Ready. Follow me. Follow me. Affirmative. Ready. Affirmative. Confirmed. Go, go, go! Affirmative. Ready. Follow me. Confirmed. Ready. On my way. Confirmed. Ready.
I'm building the life support now. The life support reduces the water requirement of all nearby hubs and their upgraded counterparts. The life support will often snowball your economy. I had a pretty good spot for life support, but you may need to delete some hubs in order to make a good spot for it when you're playing. Don't be afraid of deleting some hubs and even biomes if you have to. A good life support placement is absolutely worth it. That said, try to plan ahead and don't upgrade hubs that you're going to have to delete later for life supports to biomes. Leave those hubs unupgraded.
Affirmative.
We're under attack.
Copy.
I'm getting a second RoboForge because I intend to switch over to walkers. Note that I'm doing that only for the sake of showing off walkers in my tutorial. My ore income is more than half my crystal income, and I also have my 8 academies, so I'm producing all barrack units at level 3.
On my way.
If you find yourself in that position, you should stick to electro-cyborgs and lancers.
We're under attack.
The laboratories gives a pretty good research bonus. I'm too far ahead of the research core in order to need a research bonus. But the labs also gives a random global stat bonus, like a small bonus damage to all units or something like that. So you always want to build the laboratories regardless of how your research situation looks like.
Orders received. Confirmed.
We're under attack.
Affirmative.
We're under attack.
Go, go, go!
We're under attack.
On my way. On my way. Copy.
We're under attack.
Copy.
We're under attack.
Orders received.
The hydrofower is another great tool for economy. It transforms grass squares into lush squares and dirt squares into grass squares. This one also tends to massively improve your economy. When you unlock the life support, that usually allows you to increase the population enough to unlock the hydrofower, which then allows you to further increase the population, and with that your effort income.
Orders received.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Commencing.
My effort income isn't really that great for where I am, but it's not that bad either. I also have a rather big army. If you have a big army that is lagging behind in income, you can use the army to grab more land and improve your income. If you have a good income but is lagging behind in the army, well, then you just use your income to build more army. You're really just in trouble if you're getting behind in the boat.
We're under attack.
Engage. Affirmative. Affirmative. As you wish. As you wish. Affirmative. All right.
The fourth wave is coming from a somewhat unfortunate place. It's not at all clear which of my defenses it will hit.
We're under attack.
Commencing. Affirmative.
We're under attack.
Confirmed.
I just hit one of the edges. Electro-cyborgs and lancers are easily strong enough to clear the whole map.
Copy. Move. Affirmative. Let's go. Affirmative. Confirmed. Copy. Go, go, go. Engage.
This bot here does not have sufficiently defenses to repel this wave. I'll move the rest of the walkers over here, but the real solution is already being produced in the robot forge. The artillery that just got built will resolve the situation. Next time, walkers and vipers.